15,990 divided by 78. What was my key point yesterday? Who can tell me what the key point was? I love that. I see everyone going back to their notebook. Heather, what was my key point yesterday?
Estimation helps us divide large numbers by telling us how many groups to start with.
Well done. Well done. Does everybody see that in their notebook? Okay. So, how will we get started on this problem? How will we get started? Josiah?
We will have to estimate what the numbers are closest to.
Yeah, and what will that estimate, what will estimation do for us? What will it do for us? Go back to your key point. Get back at your key point. Oh. What will it do for us? What will it do for us? Miar?
Estimation helps us divide large numbers by telling us how many groups to start with.
Yes, very good. So I have 15, I'm just gonna write it a little bit bigger. 15,990 divided by 78. What is your suggestion? Let's go with compatible numbers. Okay, or biggest place value, I guess it would work either way. What would you estimate it to? What would you estimate 15,990 to, Elias?
16,000.
16,000. And 78, you would round it to?
80.
80. Everyone, let's call it 16,000 divided by 80 on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
200.
200. Everybody's tracking up here? Quick way to see that, take off one of these zeros on each side. You only take one off of each side at a time. And then you have 8 going to 1,600. So yes, so our answer will be somewhere close to 200. So let's go ahead and work it out. 15,990 divided by 78. 78 cannot go into 1. It's too small. It has to be able to go into a number that is equal to 78 or greater. 78 cannot go into 15. It's still too small. But 78 can go into 159. About how many times do you think? About how many times, Thomas?
Twice.
Okay. Look at it, see who agrees. Because 2 times 8 is 16. 2 times 7 is 14. Plus the 1 is 15. So long as my difference is smaller than my divisor, I'm good to go. We're writing. Remember, I'm not doing this from the board to our paper. You are on the review page. That should be a left-hand page. You're right. Thank you, Mira. And then I bring down the 9. How many times does 78 go into 39? Come here.
0.
0 times. And 78 times 0 is 0, subtracting, and then I bring down the 0. Goes into 390. Instead of me just guessing, what should I do? What should I do? How are we approaching all these problems, all these division problems with a bigger number? What should I do? What should I, Josiah?
See which number is too high or too low.
Well, how are we going to do that? Do we want to just start randomly saying, what was this lesson about, Elias?
You have try to multiply.
Try to what?
Try to multiply a big number, and if it's too big, go to a smaller number. If it's too small, go to a bigger number.
Who read my key point earlier? Heather, can you read the key point again? Because that just sounds like we're just guessing. But we had our key point. Say it again, Heather.
Estimation helps us divide large numbers by telling us how many groups to start with.
So what do you think we should use? Sensory, what should we use? What strategy should we use? Oh, I hope you were listening to what Heather just said. And it's your key point from yesterday. Read yesterday's key point. What are we gonna be using? Yes, ma'am. We're using estimation. So let's estimate. 390 divided by 78. We have the 390 divided by 78. Instead of us just guessing and saying, ooh, okay, that's too big, at least let's get close, okay? Let's narrow it down. So what can I round 390 and 78 to? Using biggest place value, you can use compatible numbers. What do you want? Heather, what should I round it to? 390 can be a
390 to 400
Uh-huh.
and 78 to 80.
Very good. Let's call it 400. Everybody's gonna call it on the count of 3. 400 divided by 80 on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
5.
Five. Oh, look, remember what I said? Look. To make sure, so you can see a little bit better, cross off a 0. 40 divided by 8. It's still just 5. Right? Okay, so let's try 5. Let's see if that works. 78. Let's try 5 and see where it lands us. 5 times 8 is 40. 5 times 7 is 35 plus 4. Oh, man. Don't you love it when you end up with 0? I mean, I do love that. I love division. Sometimes when it starts to get long, you're like, man, when's it going to end? But when it's 0, man, I love that. Okay? So now you have an example, right? All right. Let's do our exit ticket.